So let me introduce you to the circle of fourths. The circle of fourths is an amazing practicing tool that you can use. It's a diagram, which is a visual representation of all the notes on the piano. And it's represented in such a way that we can use it not only as a practice tool, but as an information sheet to be able to figure out what all the sharps and flats are in scales, different chordal relationships, different progressions. There's a whole bunch of information embedded into this simple diagram, and it's really quite clever. So I want to show you exactly what it is, and we're going to start using this as a practice tool for years to come, hopefully. I think you'll find it really beneficial. So this is the circle of fourths. The idea being that we've got 12 notes on the piano, 12 different semitones, and 12 positions on a clock. So why not represent them as a clock? So we're going to put the note C right at the top in the 12 position, and then to the left of that we're going to put a G, and to the right of that we'll put an F. So you can remember this as got cold feet, if you'd like. That was one of the rhymes that I remember learning in primary school for the circle. It was got cold feet. Anyway, then down the right hand side we've got B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. Now at the very bottom we've got a G flat or an F sharp. It's the same thing essentially. So a G flat or an F sharp. And then walking back up the other side from the 7 o'clock position, we've got a B, E, A, and D. So that's the circle of fourths and how it's represented. So once again, to construct this on your own, up the top, got cold feet, making sure that C is in the 12 o'clock position. And then down the right-hand side, it spells bead, B-E-A-D, but with flats on the right-hand side, so make all of them flats. And the mirror on the left of that is bead again, going up the other side. So bead going down and bead coming back up. And they're all just natural, so B, E, A, and D. And then at the bottom, you've got that G flat, or the F sharp, sorry. So you should be able to, if you were to draw out a clock, a circle, and put the 12 positions for where all the numbers would appear, you should be able to write that circle all by yourself. Just remember, got cold feet, bead, bead, and a G flat at the bottom, and make sure you got flats on the bead on the right. Hope that all made sense. But that's a quick way of being able to write out and recognize where everything is on the diagram. We're going to use that diagram a lot. And now that you know what it is, we'll be able to start referring to it more and more. So in the next lesson, perhaps what we can do is we can actually start looking at how to practice using this circle of fourths. For those of you who are familiar with the circle of fifths, the circle of fifths is more embedded in the classical world, I think. And it's exactly the same thing as the circle of fourths, but going around in an anti-clockwise order as opposed to a clockwise order. And the reason I stick with the circle of fourths as opposed to the circle of fifths is because the most common chord progressions follow in a clockwise order, so we use it that way. Anyway, but if that didn't make any sense to you, that doesn't matter. All that matters in this lesson is that you can write the circle of fourths out yourself so we can start practicing. I've also included on this lesson the ability to print off a circle of fourths that I've drawn up previously, so feel free to download that and print it off, and we'll start using it in the very next lesson.